Shannon, here's a question. Which quarterback had the better game, Brady or Mac Jones?
Mac outplayed Brady yesterday, Skip. Completed 19 straight passes. Even though he was under much more duress than Tom, he got hit 12 times. Brady only got hit 3 times. Brady offensive line did a better job of protecting him and opening up holes for the run game, Skip. If you look at it, the Patriots had -1 yard on 8 carries, and the Bucs were well over 100 yards.
119.
119. So when you get that, and when you look at it, Skip, even without Gronk, Tampa's weapons offensively are better. It's just simple as that. They're just better. If you look at defense, even though they were out a lot, they still don't have 2 backers that's better than Levante David and Devin White. They don't have a defensive line. They don't have a player right now. Judon is better than Shaq Barrett is right now. But then you go Ndamukong Suh, you go Golston, you go Vita Vea.
Run stuffers.
Yeah, and that's what that's all they want to do, Skip. And they get JPP back. They can make you one-dimensional knowing that you can't run the football. But I thought Mac outplayed Brady last night. Brady had his lowest completion percentage since he's been in Tampa. His 21 incompletions, second most since joining the Bucs. And, Skip, you mentioned that the throw the AB dropped. But there are a lot of throws that Brady was off last night. He missed some throws that were a little high, had AB for a first down, overshot him. He was off slightly. Maybe it was the motion. Maybe it was the inclement weather. Whatever the case may be, we've seen Brady play a lot cleaner games than what he played last night. But given that this was Mac Jones' first foray into big-time football, meaningful football, Sunday night, Tom Brady's coming back. Everybody's been talking about once the schedule came out, everybody talked about this game. They talked about, Tampa and Dallas, they opening the season. No. Let's get to week 4. Because not only is Tom Brady going back, Skip, he's going to break Drew Brees' record. And so Mac Jones had to deal with all that. I thought Mac played him. But in Tom's case, then more times than not, Skip, Tom's kicker came up bigger than Mac Jones' kicker. And sometimes that's what it comes down to. You can play great. But if you get your guy in field goal range and he misses it and the other guy had a little worse ball game than you did and his guy made it, well, that's what it looked like. But player to player, head to head, he outplayed Brady.
I will give you this. Mac Jones played very well last night, but Brady played a little better.
How?
Well, let's look at QBR to start with.
Okay.
Brady had 55, Mac had 46, and I think that's about right, 55 to 46.
That was good.
First of all, let's do degree of difficulty. There was little to no pressure on Mac Jones last night. I told you Friday, nobody thinks he's going to do much of anything in this game.
Skip, they sacked him 4 times.
Okay, but my point is there was no pressure on him, like psychological pressure.
Okay.
Like he goes in and it's just gravy. Whatever he can do, people say, oh, that's really nice. The kid did some good things last night, and he did a lot of good things last night. But let's talk about degree of difficulty on the field, because obviously Brady goes in without his number 1 security blanket. When in doubt, he throws it to Gronkowski. And you don't think the 2 of them would want to throw a party on Belichick? So that took a lot away from Tom Brady.
Okay. So
now let's look at what is Brady throwing against? What's his degree of difficulty to me on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, it's a 9 because Belichick's back 4, they're really good. They're extremely well coached. They're extremely smart. They're extremely quick. You could make a case I'm going to at least go to top 5 secondary in the league. Is that fair to say?
Okay, I'll give you that. I like J.C. Jackson, but I think McCourty has gotten old. He can't run. He doesn't have the range he once did. I've never been in love with Duggars and the guy on the other side, Skip.
Duggars is a talent. He's just
he need to show it.
Jonathan Jones and J.C. Jackson. I
love J.C. Jackson.
Hey, you want to talk about man coverage? They can flat out lock down and cover man-to-man, and that's what they did much of the night last night. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, what's happening on the other side of the ball? Well, all of a sudden they come in without Jamel Dean, a starting corner. Murphy Bunting, a starting slot corner, is on IR for at least a while. And all of a sudden, Carlton Davis, their best corner, their only remaining corner, is gone. And Richard Sherman is playing 58 snaps last night. They had 59 total. I don't know how he missed 1 play, but he missed 1 defensive snap last night off his couch. I was dumbfounded because he said last Wednesday, I need a couple of weeks. No, how about a couple of practices? Because you better be ready because they don't have any choice. They're going to have to throw you in.
Well, Skip,
right?
the young guy was saying, well, Rich is doing a great job of coaching us up. They say, well, since you're doing such a job good of coaching, get your butt in the game.
Okay. So all of a sudden, I was all over poor D. Delaney last week at the Rams. Right. I said, what are you doing in there from out of the Citadel? He played a little bit the U, but he's undrafted out of the Citadel, and he's playing high snaps against the Rams. Well, what do you think's going to happen? He's going to get torched, and he did. Okay? So they say, no more of that. Let's go to Pierre Desir.
And he started getting torched.
He started getting torched because they're saying, we're going to go after that kid. He played at Lindenwood and at Washburn colleges, okay? And he's bounced around. This is his 8th time around with different teams. Okay, 8 times? Well, you've been all over the league. What are you doing on the field for the Tampa Bay defending champ Buccaneers in this game? So degree of difficulty is, for Mac Jones, about a 3 on a scale of 10 because they can't cover anybody. You're going to have people open all over the field.
But you make it seem like you throw into Tyreek and Travis Kelce.
Richard Sherman? Are you kidding me? What are you doing?
But Skip, think about all the money that Coach Belichick spent in the offseason. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Jonnu Smith.
Okay, I like all of them.
Hunter Henry.
I mean, they all contributed last night.
Yeah, they contributed, but I don't think they've been living up to what they paid to get them.
Jacoby Myers is just, he's the best one.
Jacoby Myers has been the best, and he's a converted quarterback.
Okay, but I'm saying the last night, those were quote-unquote weapons for Mac Jones because there's nobody to cover any of them. Okay, and remember, Antoine Winfield gets knocked out of the fourth quarter. So at the end of the game, you don't even have the quarterback of the defense, Antoine Winfield Jr., is concussed. What are you doing? Who's left back there? It's not a fair fight anymore. So to me, what Brady did, let's look at the totality. Let's look at what Brady got, where he fell short, where he threw balls and they don't contribute to his totals because I've got him for 3 drops in here and another ball that AB should have caught. Let's just see all the plays that got left on the field. Here we go. This one's to Mike Evans. And hey, listen, he might score on that play. That's a highly catchable ball for Mike Evans. He hits him right in the hands.
Yes.
This is a stud receiver. And then here we go to AB coming out of the half, and he hits him. That's a 50-yard gain, and they call illegal hands to the face over here. I don't get it.
Skip, come on, Skip.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Skip.
That's not hands to the face.
What is that?
He didn't hold him. He didn't do anything. And
he got the man looking like an owl.
Here's Cameron Brate. Cameron Brate, who caught the Lombardi at the victory parade, and he couldn't catch that. And then here's the next one to AB, and he just loses it in the lights. That's a touchdown because the cornerback wasn't looking for the ball. And here's the best throw of the night. That has to be caught. Yeah. I just showed you 5 plays that could have upped his yardage by 150 yards. That they were, listen, he made a lot of good throws. I got it. He was wild high in the first half. I have no doubt about it. And I predicted it on Friday because I thought he would be overamped, overhyped for the game. And he came out and he was just trying too hard. And I think what we talked about, Belichick sending the note last week, let's meet after the game, I think it distracted him. I think he was completely out of rhythm and off balance until the fourth quarter, and then he started looking like goat.
I thought Mac outplayed him, Skip. At some point in time, we got to give the other team credit. We got to give Mac Jones credit for playing. Now, I'm just saying he outplayed him. He lost the game, but Skip, and in basketball, it's a make-or-miss league. And when it comes down to kickers, it's a make-or-miss league. Either Brady's kickers for the better part of 20-plus years have been better than the opposing team kicker.
That's fine. I got it. But Mac Jones made a couple of throws in the fourth quarter. One Devin White almost picked off, but there was another one that was a pick six. If they had Carlton Davis still in the game or even Jamel Dean, it was a quick out to Aguilar.
Oh, yeah, the source that got this pick this one.
Check this out. But this is Pierre Desir. That's 6. Listen, if you have your starting corner, remember what Jamel Dean did to Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. Okay, and Carlton Davis is their best corner. If you have a legit corner out there, he's gone.
I don't advise them to call that play.
He's gone. He's just gone. And not only did he not catch
he's
the ball,
on one hash and he's throwing it outside the numbers.
Okay. And listen, I got to tell you, as well as Mac Jones played, he's a tough kid and he's a smart kid. his arm is still subpar to
It
me.
is. It
Because
is. It is.
that's
No
a
question.
floater, man. That showed no rocketry at all.
Trayvon
right?
Diggs, if he threw that one, Trayvon Diggs gonna hit his head on the goalpost.
But he'd be licking his lips while the ball was in the air.
Well, first
right?
of all, Skip, the thing is, I'm surprised that they played him because knowing that the ball is coming out quick, I thought they would play like 22 man. I was like, I'm jumping everything because I know you're not throwing the ball down the field. Everything is coming out quick, Skip. I don't think he attempted one pass over 20 yards.
It's not what they do. It's not what he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. It was a lot of dinking. It was a lot of dunking.
Yes.
And it was a lot of completions because he completed 31 balls. But if you look at his 31 balls, what did Brady complete? It was like 22. But look, he only threw for, 6 more yards?
Right.
He completed 9 more passes for a grand total of 6 more yards than Brady. Think about that. That's some classic dinking and dunking.
Well, Skip, your guy, while you bull jobbing, your guy threw 43 attempts. It wasn't like your guy was chunking it down the field either.
Oh, he was chunking it.
No, it wasn't.
I just showed you chunks that weren't caught.
And completed.
Okay, but he threw the one to AB. Was that not a sweet throw?
Skip, the man was hands to the face.
It was not hands.
I thought it was WWE. He had the man in the headlock.
Ticky-tack.
Had the man in the headlock.
Oh, stop. He did not.
You did, Skip. You saw that.
I did not see
look, Skip, the officiating yesterday, it's been terrible.
Yep.
Because you know that guy, Dallas, your guy fumbled that ball.
He fumbled. I give you that. Because it was not progress stop. It was
as soon as he hit him, the ball was loose.
Okay.
And New England got away with him. Skip, the guy even put his head down. He know he moved. Isaiah Wynn, he knew he Skip, he dropped his, he like, damn, they got me. Because they had just got a 5-yard penalty to play before.
Oh, he false started at the end, and they didn't call it.
He dropped, Skip, he did it so bad.
And the Bucs are saying, look.
He dropped his head like, damn, Coach Belichick, go kill me.
He's going to kill it. I know it.
And then let it go.
Okay, so you admit you got a lot of breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But he still outplayed him.
No, Tom got him.
All right, Paul, what do you say? Who played better last night,
good.
Mac Jones or Tom Brady?
How much do you hate Brady?
They don't hate.
Yeah, that's what
Skip,
it is.
Brady won, but Mac outplayed him.
Keep this going all day.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.